My name is Roseanne Leonard. I work for the Vanier Community Service Center, and I work in the area of community development. And the purpose of that area is to encourage people who live in the Vanier area to participate in community. They have a number of programs, one of which is the one I'm associated with, called Vélo-Vanier. And this program encourages participating in community, healthy living, green transportation, and the joy of bicycling. And what we do is loan bikes to the residents of Vanier for a 4-week period between May and September.
And what was the challenge you brought to?
Well, we have grown over the 7 years that we've had the summer program to the point that we had 145 bikes this year, and our systems of tracking them became uncontrollable, really. It just was too complicated. And people would say, well, how many bikes do you have loaned right now? And we would have to go through and count the pieces of paper that we have in the binder and so on. And so we just needed a tracking system for the loans, the inventory of bicycles, and we wanted to get a handle on how much effort we were putting into repairs to keep these bikes on the road. And so something about that.
Why random hack of kindness?
Okay, my colleague Bara heard about random hacks of kindness, came back to the office. I was sitting there complaining about the mess of our data, and he said, well, why don't you take it to these people? And I never heard of a hackathon. I looked it up. I thought it was wonderful.
Do you think a lot of tech knowledge is required for organization to participate?
I don't think so. I think people who are not in tech are more likely to think that I want something like this, something they've seen that works for another organization. They may not be prepared for moving to that solution, but they know what they want in terms of examples, I think. That's my take on it.
What was the outcome of the hackathon?
Oh, I was thrilled. I just love the team. I love the atmosphere. They went, I think, a long way to completing the project. There's still work to do, but I was just very, very happy with the results. It was a great experience.
Was it a success from your organization perspective?
Again, yes. We are going to meet up after the fact to complete, like to make the process operational. But we're thinking ahead and maybe recruiting people to come and do some training for children in our community, or it's just making the connection to the IT world is so significant.
Any lesson learned? What will you change next time going in?
I'm more aware now that my data could have been in better shape. I had no idea really what this group could do, and I imagined them delivering an empty shell of a piece of software, but they ported my data over, and the data was not in very comprehensive shape for this particular project, so I would have got that organized. I would have asked more questions. I didn't want to bother them, but I would have found out more about what they were doing. I intend to do that later. And no, otherwise, it was a magnificent opportunity, and I'm so grateful to Random Hacks of Kindness for letting us participate.